Now, this is what people come for when it comes to being a Yuki Yuna fan. You know, I actually came because of Emmy Evans. That's how I got into Yuki Yuna. It's because I was a big fan of Emmy Evans and Kichi Okabe's music from the Nier and Dragon Guard series. And then I was looking at the list saying, oh, what's this show from? It looks interesting. It looks sad. I went to go watch it. And I love it. I freaking love it. And here we are. I not just love the music, love the animation, the art, and of course the colors and symbolism, and of course the characters, and the different kinds of suffering that each character goes through is just crazy. Especially for the main focus. I really wished that they would have done this differently, where in a way they did, but they did it shorter. You know how the Umi Washino series had at least 6 episodes and 3 movies that summed up the 6 episodes? I was really hoping that if they were going to do this, they were going to do this thing where they would have their 6 episodes that we can fall in love with these characters. Because when it comes to the Nogi Wakaba of the past, when the war first started, you really don't really care for her. She's just this outside character that just seems to be so plain and boring. She's just a uptight model citizen of a perfect example of a good soldier hero. And of course, then you kill off the other two, who had a thing where they were so close that they were like sisters, and when they did die, they wanted to wish that when they were reborn that they want to become sisters again. But we don't get that. We don't get that. And I understand maybe this they were trying to, I bet they were trying to get that better story, but however, I guess they couldn't. This is the best they can get, so I guess we have to take it and run. So that being said, about my vexing, I just have to just get over it. That's all I can do is get over it. Now that being said, let's get into the main focal point is Chikagi. Chikagi was one of the most well-depth characters, in my opinion, of all the girls in this story arc. She was one of the most depth, one of the actual development when it comes, her situation was just terrible compared to everyone else's. She had it worse, where it was like her mom left to cheat on a dude. Things went totally wrong. So so imagine you being a dad, the husband, and by the way, he's no good either because he's just a terrible father, and he probably has some mental illness about himself too. And where he has to now put up with this woman who tried to leave them, cheated on him with an affair, and now she's sick. She is sick, and now he is mentally sick. She is physically sick, and he is mentally sick and stuff, and where he's just throwing things around. He throws a fit, which, even though I say that lightly, it's something to be very concerned about. And you'll see what I mean when I keep talking about this. How he blames everyone but himself. And the town is very small, so because of that, everyone knows about their business, and they treated them like dirt. Until she was chosen to be a hero. Now, the thing that the anime didn't show is, before she had the misery train that they showed, she actually was being treated like a goddess in the town, believe it or not. The father, Yuna himself, was acting a bit kinder to her, is all I can say. So she had this priority complex where she was like, finally everyone loves me. And then, of course, Nogi, like, you shouldn't be doing this. You're not supposed to be, you're supposed to be sticking to your duties. And Chikagi was someone who was really hooked into technology and online. She would play games, social media, all that stuff. But it just shows how social media, too much of it, is just not good at you. You know how you want a live stream, especially a gaming event like I do? It's not good. Sometimes I look at the comment section during the live stream, I just have to hide it because people say some stupid stuff. They all say the same thing, they all say stupid things, just run. Like, do you people have any individual thought whatsoever in your mind? Where you all just click and press and type the same thing over and over again? Like, any free thought. and it just gets so just aching, head aching, and you don't even want to look at it. However, she's so into it, I guess this is all she has. So all she knows is negativity. She can't help but to look away. A lot of people would say you can just turn off your phone, turn off the thing. Some people just can't do it. That's all they have. They hook in themselves into it. They keep feeding it to them over and over again. So as she was going through these battles as well, she was also suffering from PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, and she was taking pills for that. Once again, the anime didn't show this for Chigaki. So while that was happening, the only thing she really had was Yuna. The only person she really came attached to was Yuna. So in a way, Yuna and Chigaki were best friends. So she finally found someone that truly loved her for that. So that was her only stable emotional support. So when she saw what happened to Yuna when the two other heroes died, she just realized how everyone was just trashing on them. She could take the insults where there was like, get lost, you're trash, you're a terrible hero, and stuff, they're trashing her and her family. She's used to that, that's been her whole life story. But when she turned around and saw the paper that was, degrading the dead heroes, that's when she snapped. Now, many people wondering what she was doing. She's pretty much, I believe, this is a family genetic mental problem. The father, she's acting the way the same thing with the father, where she's blaming everyone but herself, and plus she's also, I'm not even saying it's her fault. She's even throwing stuff around. She's throwing to a fit. She's saying things, wondering why she's not doing certain actions. Even when she was there, she's seeing how everyone treats her like trash, but everyone treats Nogi like a true hero, and that brought about jealousy. Even when she went to go see her friend Yuna, Nogi was already there, and she felt ashamed. Like, why is it always Nogi? Why is she the one that's always there? The one that's she trained herself, which once again they failed at because Nogi herself, they realized that she was trying her best to be a good leader, to try to be more sociable. It was one of the things she wanted to do. Once again, the anime didn't show this, where Nogi actually has some development too within the story, where she's trying to be more open, more sociable, be less of a stricken soldier. But we don't get that with the anime, unfortunately. However, we do get some interesting development, but only sad development with Chigaki and stuff, which kind of sucks. I think the sad part will be even more impactful if they put in the good stuff that's happening before all this. A pattern. Things were crappy in the beginning. She becomes a hero. Middle part, she is treated and loved by everyone. Some things happen, and now at the end, she now feels crappy. That would have been great. That would have been a great way to progress Chikagi's story. But instead, we only get the miserable part, and that's it. Which is good, but at the same time, it will be more impactful, more depressing, more sad if we got that, beginning and middle part be shown. But what can you do? So, as you can see, she's taking her vengeance even out on the people. Mainly, there's just those girls, and then even as they were fighting the vertex, she went up go striking against using the trump card. See, this is what they call it first, was just the trump card. It wasn't called Mankai or anything like that. The trump card was forbidden. It takes away your life force. So, yes, before it was called Mankai, it was called a trump card. And it was very powerful and it had a time limit. So when you use it, your life force is taken away. So they banned it until they can, as the years went on, as you can see, the Taisha start upgrading the powers of the heroes, of the Guardians, bit by bit, so it'd be more convenient for them. So when we first saw the first season of Yuki Yuna, where they're losing parts of their bodies, whether it's memory, hearing, voice, eye, tongue, it was worse than that. It was way worse. You were literally losing your life force by then. So they were upgrading it more and more until they realized that they were needed again. So when you saw the Washino parts and stuff like that, it was worse. It was back then than it is now. So the Taisha themselves despite what people may think about them, they really are in a gray area. Everything they do really is for the sake of humanity. So, before they do things for the sake of humanity, you can't always be this one-sided, oh, we have to do everything right. We have to do a lot of bad things in order to have a lot of good. Just remember that. So, yeah, things are heating up. Looks sad and depressing, just like we all wanted. Yeah, so there's that. So anyway, just like that first vid. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and of course, hit that bell icon. This has been Madcrown on Manime, signing out.